Okay, folks, I'm going to try 4K 60 to see how long it lasts on this camera. Hopefully I'll get home in time. It's 107 degrees outside, okay, right now. And I think I'm going to take the highway. I could have gone the other way, but I decided to take that way. Alright, so let's see what happens. You know, give me once it starts giving me overheat warning, then I'll figure out where I'm going to continue on, whatever. But I just wanted to see how it looks. I have a lot of cameras that can do the 1080p 60. Alright, what's going on? Okay, I think we can go straight. I think everybody's trying to look at the accident. Thought I was going to take the highway, but there's a lot of traffic, and it might be over with because I see a fire truck, so it must have been an accident or something. There's a turnaround right there. So usually when cameras overheat, they give you a quick warning. And like what I was saying before, all cameras can, most of them that I own can do 1080p 60, all right? So I'll look at the footage today. And then they, most of them can do 4K 30 without a problem. It's only like the smaller Canons, like the R10, the R50, you know, you can do it for like, even the Z30. You know, on a hot day like this, it'd be cooking after 15 minutes, you know, on 4K 30. All right? And I was having a problem with the Z6-2 and Z7-2 when I used the CF Express B card, because it would overheat at 4K 30. But once I started putting the video on the SD card, I had no problem then. And what I was shocked to find out was, like, let's say the R6-2 is like my Z5, all right? 2 SD card slots. They're not BSI. They're not dual processing. So, and they're great cameras, okay? I think the R6-2, since it's newer, has more features, okay? What? 40 frames electronically, but then you have to worry about rolling shutter, and then what was the other one? Yeah, it is faster on the what I want to say. What they used to do, the shutter, yeah, and the shutter speed, like, I think it can do like 14, maybe 10 to 14, something like that, where the Z5 does, I think, only 5 or 6, okay, using the shutter. So, anyway. I was looking at the color science last night on the R10. The ZV-1 Mark II, just, you know, on the color, it popped. Everything popped, all right? So I think I put that one on Vivid. And I'm going to have to look at the R10 again to make sure that, probably have that on neutral. It looked kind of like black and white, but the problem with both of those, APS-C and the Sony, which is a 1-inch sensor, it had a lot of noise, and that was in manual mode. That's where you have the most control. So it seemed like when I put it in manual mode, it's depleted, unless you know, recording in the daytime, but at nighttime, it was awful. So I can usually put that on program priority on the ZV-1 Mark II, and it looks fantastic. And I can deal with the exposure compensation. Now, if I put it on Intelligent Auto, totally different setup, and you let the camera do all the settings for you, and I think it's too much flare. That's why I like using the exposure compensation. So when you go to Nikon, it's different. You can do it on FE mode, let's say on a Canon. On the R6 you can do it, but now they got 3 different settings on the in the menu when you put on FE. And then I think it's line skipped. So they kind of crippled that. So I like the A+ feature, you know, in the movie mode. Okay, I was going to go, but this guy was speeding up right here, going downhill. When I get home, I'm going to have to put some windshield stuff in, because I tried it today. Yeah, I do have some. Why didn't it do it this morning? I don't know. That spot's still there. Okay. So I have to watch it. There's a police officer last night. I was going down like at 31 miles an hour like I am right now. Right around this bend. And it was dark too. What time was it? Yeah. So. Oh, yeah, there's a road or something. To the right. Yeah, right here. That's where he was parked. And then sometimes they're down here also. Right here to the right. But look at this tall grass and trees. Wow. Yeah, it's gone down to 105. So certain areas in the city is hotter than others. I guess low points, high points, whatever. Malibu, I like Malibus. And there's a lot more cars are white. Mine's a cream color. But it reflects heat a lot better than most cars. Air conditioning is great on this thing. So it's looking good. Been doing 11 minutes so far. So with the Z7 II, I've tried it, and then I got an update. I can now do it on the Z6 II. But they overheat quickly. They even overheat when I'm doing a 4K 30, you know, in the studio. So I moved it against the wall. It's more into the center of the room, and it performs much better now. And the Z30, I got it on my boom arm, facing downward over the product table. So it's right next to an air conditioning vent and a ceiling fan. Never had it overheat since I put it in that position. I used to have the A6100, and I was thinking of getting rid of that camera until I did all the other cameras on night vlogs. I said, well, let me try this out. Man, that was outstanding. And it didn't have a recording time limit. It didn't overheat. And I says, man, that's a great camera. Now, it only had a tilting screen. It didn't have a flippy screen, but that's okay. I'm viewing it from the rear anyway. You don't want to watch me talk. You want to see the scenery and then listen to me talk. That way you go right to sleep. You don't need to put it on a YouTube video of, what is it, of rain, which I like doing too. I go to sleep immediately. Okay, so thank you for watching. Give me a like, subscribe. Any questions or comments, put it down below. And remember, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, goodbye.